Hi, Shayna. Do you have a second? This can't wait, and it concerns something you did today.
Hey, Melissa. What's up? Is everything all right? I just got home from work, so now's a good time. Work was crazy today, so I'm ready to unwind.
Unwind? You had all day at work and didn't even realize, huh? That thing that you were specifically supposed to do before you left for work this morning? You completely forgot, I presume?
Is everything okay? You sound a little tense. Did something happen at work for you too?
It would be a little better if you could do your job as a wife, right? You don't seem to be fulfilling your domestic duties here at home. Isn't that part of the deal when you marry someone?
I'm sorry? Is there something specific I messed up on? I can try and fix it if you tell me what it is.
It wouldn't even be an issue if you knew how to do basic chores properly. You don't even know the correct way to hang clean laundry. The shirts are full of wrinkles, and they look like they were thrown on the line instead of being folded neatly. And I've told you over and over that the clothes should be hung facing south so they get the most sun and dry properly. Obviously, my expectations of you have been too high. How disappointing.
I'm so sorry. I was sort of in a rush when I hung them up to dry this morning. There was a big presentation at work today, and I ended up staying late to get everything ready. I thought I'd done it right, following the usual routine. I promise I'll iron the shirts later. They're still wet now, but once they're dry, I don't think it should be an issue. I didn't realize hanging up laundry was such a precise science with specific cardinal directions involved.
Can't believe my son's wife lacks so much common sense. Were you raised by wolves in the wilderness? Surely your family at least taught you some basic life skills.
To be honest, this was never much of an issue for me because we had a dryer when I was growing up. I've never really hung laundry before. There just wasn't a need for it. I feel a little lost when it comes to proper drying techniques. Is there a specific way things need to be folded before hanging?
That's no excuse. It's not like hanging laundry to dry is a rocket science or anything. Most people learn this as children. Your attitude so far says a lot about the kind of person you are. If I were married to someone like you, that carelessness might eventually become a problem. Especially when it comes to taking care of my son and his belongings.
Sorry, I understand I should have been more careful. I'll definitely be more attentive when doing laundry from now on. Maybe you could show me the ropes sometime? I'd be happy to learn the proper way.
Oh, one more thing. Don't even think about trying to charm your way out of this. I know it was you who ate that really expensive steak I gave to Harold.
Excuse me? A steak? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me, Shayna. That beautiful, perfectly marbled cut Wagyu beef I specifically bought for Harold, even though I said it was only for him to enjoy. That was an expensive gift from a mother to her son, a little token of my appreciation for all his hard work. And you had no right to take it. Why would you do something like that? Stealing from your own family?
Harold asked me to eat that steak with him. I'm sorry we didn't wait to eat it with you, if that's what you mean. But wait, how did you find out I ate it? Did Harold tell you?
You left your dirty plate in the sink, didn't you? So typical of you to leave something so easy to clean up lying around. And not just any plate, mind you. The very same plate you used for that expensive steak. Don't know how you can stand having filth like that sitting in your sink, especially when it contains evidence of your disrespect.
My sink? Are you telling me you went into our house without our permission? That's a major invasion of privacy.
are you acting so surprised for? It's just as much Harold's house as it is yours. I can come and go as I please, especially when it seems you can't be trusted to take care of things properly.
I'm pretty sure I locked the door. Did I leave it open accidentally?
Well, I went and had a spare key made for myself. I used Harold's key to do it the last time he came to visit. It's always good to be prepared, you know.
You did what? Does Harold know about that? This is a huge violation of our privacy.
Probably not. Let's just keep it that way, shall we?
You've gone too far this time, Melissa. Who just goes around making spare keys for people's houses without their permission? This is unbelievable.
Don't you think it would be a good idea if, God forbid, anything ever happened to you or Harold? Besides, I'll need it if I ever want to check up on Harold. I obviously can't trust you to do it.
Harold and I also deserve to have our privacy respected. This is the house that we bought with our own money. Please stop doing things on your own terms without asking us for permission first.
But I'm Harold's mom.
That has nothing to do with this. Please give back the spare key you made.
So that's how it is, huh? That's how you're going to treat your husband's mother who brought him into this world? I knew you'd been acting fake with me. My son sure knows how to pick 'em. I'm sure that's how you tricked Harold into marrying you as well.
Now you're just making stuff up. I don't know how much more of this I can handle. I've been trying to be patient with you this whole time, but you're making that really difficult. This might be the last straw for me. I don't think I can let this slide.
Patient? What is there to be patient about? I don't need your permission to live my life how I feel like it. I'm just trying to be a good mother-in-law and give you some advice on how to do your job better. If anything, I feel like I'm the one being attacked.
I don't really see how you figure that.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. I don't understand where all this hostility is coming from. It's very hurtful to tell you the truth. And all coming from a girl who can't even do her housewife duties properly.
Hey, Harold, you got a sec? It's about your mom.
What's up? Don't tell me she's been bothering you again.
Yeah, and there's something even worse too. She made a copy of our house key without asking. My heart sank when she admitted it so casually, like it wasn't a huge violation of our privacy.
Are you serious? How did you pull that off? This is unbelievable.
Apparently, she took your key the last time you went to visit her. The way she talked about it, it sounded like she didn't see the issue with going into our home and doing whatever she wanted. She could have been walking in on us in our most private moments.
No way. There's no way I'm letting this stand. I'll talk to her and get that spare key back, along with an apology a mile long. This is crossing a serious line.
Thanks, Harold. It didn't seem like she was ever going to agree to give the key back if I asked, so that's a big help. Honestly, I was starting to feel crazy, like I was overreacting or something.
No worries. You haven't done anything wrong, so just leave it to me. My mom's just a piece of work. When we got married, I never thought my mom would be such a bully to you. She's made little comments in the past, but she's never been this bad with my past relationships. This is a whole new level of crazy.
Doesn't it bother you that this is happening so soon into us being married? I've never had to deal with a problem like this before, so I'm just wondering if this is something we should expect moving forward.
It does seem like my mom's attitude just keeps getting worse and worse. Maybe it's because we got married, or maybe she's just losing it in her old age. Either way, it's not okay.
On top of everything else, she also told me that I wasn't the wife she had imagined I was, and that I've been acting fake with her this whole time. I mean, obviously I wanted her to like me, so I tried to make a good impression. Who wouldn't?
Anyone would have thought the same thing. I would want your parents to like me too. I mean, I do want your parents to like me. They seem great.
Yeah, I guess. But your mom seems to have this picture-perfect image of who I should be in her mind. I think your mom was imagining I would fit the obedient housewife stereotype a little better. But look at me. I'm never home. I go to work and my house is a mess, which wouldn't be a big deal if we weren't being strong-armed into having children. It probably doesn't help that I told her we're not planning on having kids anytime soon either.
Don't worry about what my mom thinks. You're 10 times the woman she ever was, with or without a spotless house. You're fine. You worry too much, Shayna. It's thanks to you working a part-time job that we can save as much money as we do. Plus, we just got married. So we're just trying to enjoy this honeymoon phase as much as possible, right? We decided this stuff as a team, having kids and all, when we're financially and emotionally ready. So don't worry about it if my mom doesn't approve. She can have her picture-perfect fantasies. We're building a real life here, together.
Thanks for being so supportive. Things are so much easier with you in my corner, like a knight ready to slay any fire-breathing dragons my way.
As your husband, I would hope so. But seriously, communication is key in any relationship. Bottling things up is only going to make things worse.
There are so many people out there that wouldn't have the patience to talk to their partner about this stuff, though. They just let things fester and then explode later on down the line.
That makes for a pretty crappy partner, don't you think? Relationships are all about working together as a team, facing problems head on, and knowing that you have someone who has your back no matter what.
Yeah, I guess so. Isn't life just so full of roses when you have such a wonderful husband who understands you completely? I feel so lucky to have you, Harold.
I don't know why there's a hum at the end of that. Are you starting to doubt me?
Sorry. Just a little nervous about how your mom will react when you confront her.
But anyway, like I said, I'll talk to her about the spare key and about what she said to you. I'll make sure she knows that if she tries pulling this with you again, we're going to have a serious problem. We are a united front, remember? And frankly, her behavior is starting to border on harassment.
Sounds good. Thanks again for doing this, Harold. You're the best. I know things will work out because we have each other.
Shayna, do you have a second to talk about what happened earlier with your garden? Sorry for barging in on your place like that. I wanted to do something to patch things up between us. And I just wanted you to know that I didn't mean anything bad by what I said.
If you'd come just to pull the weeds out of the garden, I might have been happier to see you. But as it stands, you sprayed my flowers with weed killer.
No, so I got it all wrong after all? Those little flowers, huh? To be honest, I couldn't tell they were weeds.
Well, they were in the flower bed.
But they really just look like weeds to me. Don't get so mad.
Maybe you can keep fooling yourself that you didn't mean anything by it. But I'm not falling for that anymore. Even after Harold talked to you, you've kept this up. You painted our shed red without asking and broke the trash cans we had outside. You're harassing us?
No, you've got it all wrong. The paint on the shed was peeling, and the garbage can lid looked like it was going to come off, so I was just trying to fix it. All I wanted was to apologize for how I've been acting.
All right, well, please stop. That's the most helpful thing you can do for us. And please stop coming onto our property.
Oh, don't say that, Shayna. I wanted to make things right between us. I've had a couple of slip-ups, but I cleaned your entryway and washed your car today. Now you don't have to do it yourself, right?
I'm not home yet, so I haven't checked. I'll give the car a look when I get home.
I think it should be okay today. Don't worry about it. Just take it for a spin. I really don't think there's anything else that needs to be done. I think I took care of everything.
Oh, I see.
You said you're going to visit your parents after work, right? I thought it would be nice to give it a clean for when you're driving it around town.
Oh, right. Thanks.
Give my best to your parents, too. I left some snacks in the fridge as well, so you can take those to eat as a family, too.
Oh, right. Thanks a lot. I will. Hey, Melissa, can you talk? It's urgent.
Oh, Shayna, is something wrong? I'm actually at a friend's house right now, so I can't pick up the phone.
It's Harold. He's been in an accident. He ran into a telephone pole and is at the hospital now. He's still unconscious.
Harold? Are you sure it's not you?
Yeah, of course I'm sure. What are you talking about? Wait, what do you mean? Why did you ask me that?
Why was Harold driving the car? You told me you were going to drive your car back to your parents' house today.
Harold went to fill my tank with gas before I left. He crashed on his way there.
No, that can't be true.
Are you telling me that Harold was in that car accident because of you? What the hell are you thinking? One wrong move and he could have died on the spot.
Melissa, I didn't mean for it to cause an accident. I just wanted to plan a little surprise for you. Just a casual prank between my daughter-in-law and me.
What the hell? I can't believe this. I'm reporting this to the police.
The police? I was just going for a little scare. I never meant for anyone to be in an accident.
When you said you would wash the car for me, I was a little suspicious. But I just chalked it up to being more harassed by you. I figured you scratched the car or something similar to like that. It turns out you were making the car unsafe to drive. No way that was meant to be just a prank.
In any case, where did you say Harold is? I have to see him. You said he's been hospitalized, right? I'm headed to the hospital right now.
Please don't come. I want you to stay far away from us. I can't imagine it's going to be good for him to wake up and see the face of the person who tried to kill him.
I promise I wasn't trying to kill him.
Right, because your real target was me. What you've done is a crime. Take some time to let that sink in.
Shayna, wait. I really am so sorry. I apologize for everything. Please don't say anything to the police. Shayna, how's Harold doing? Please, my heart is in a million pieces. Whenever he wakes up, can you promise to let me know? That's all I want to know. Is he in a lot of pain?
Harold's awake, actually. He's a little shaken, but considering what happened, he's doing okay.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm so glad. So glad to hear he's conscious. The whole ordeal must have been terrifying. Tell him I'm sending all my love and best wishes for a speedy recovery.
I let Harold know about our conversation. We filed a report with the police. The car's been inspected, and they found that the brakes have been tampered with. The police are taking this very seriously.
Harold filed a police report about me? His own mother? But why? There must be some misunderstanding.
Yeah, did you really expect him to do otherwise? How could you put him in such danger?
No way. What's going to happen to me now? This can't be happening. I never intended for things to go this far.
Well, I imagine you'll be arrested. At worst, you're looking at some jail time.
But I wasn't trying to kill anyone. You've been getting a bit sassy with me lately, challenging my opinions and whatnot. I thought I'd remind you to be a bit more respectful toward your elders. A little scare wouldn't hurt, right?
Except I'm sure you were aware of what would happen if you tampered with my car like that. You could have seriously hurt Harold, or even worse. You really crossed a line this time. No one in this whole world would be able to justify what you did. This isn't about respect. This is about attempted murder.
You should mind your tongue when you speak to me like that. You wouldn't be so disrespectful if you had even a shred of decency.
Excuse me? The audacity of you to even think that! You nearly killed my husband, and now you're trying to turn this around on me?
Usually a daughter-in-law gives her mother-in-law the time of day. But you haven't ever listened to any of what I've said to you. You dismiss my concerns and act like you know everything. All I ever wanted was for you to be part of the family, but you clearly have no interest in that.
What do you mean by that? I've tried my best to be a good wife to Harold, and to be respectful to you even when you make outrageous demands. But tampering with a car? That's not family. That's psychotic.
You and Harold got married, but you've been in no rush to give me a grandchild. I thought settling down and starting a family was the natural order of things. All these years, I've dreamt of holding my own grandchild, showering them with love and spoiling them rotten. I even picked out the cutest little outfits already. My friends at the club all have lots of their own already, bragging about their little ones at every bridge game. I'm the only one left without any little grandchildren running around the house, filling it with laughter. It feels so empty sometimes.
Are you really attacking me for that right now? Harold and I are still newlyweds, barely getting our bearings as a married couple. Isn't it a little insensitive to bring this up, especially after what just happened?
Well, think about it, Shayna. It's something that's very important to me. Don't you want to give Harold a little mini-me someday? Someone to carry on the family name?
First of all, we never said we were never having kids. We just discussed waiting a bit. We have goals we want to achieve first, careers to establish, and trips to take together before settling down. Second, we already had a conversation about this, and you seem to understand. We're taking things at our own pace, and that includes starting a family.
If you keep talking like that, Shayna, you'll be having your first kid well past your prime. Your egg count's going down by the minute, you know. The older you are when you have kids, the more complications there can be. My advice is always coming from the goodness of my own heart, trying to give you a heads up. Why can't you say yes this one time?
Because I don't want to feel pressured by these weird expectations, Melissa. You've been subtly dropping hints and checking if my period has come every single month since Harold and I got married. It makes me so stressed and anxious. Can't you see how that's kind of a sensitive topic for me? It should be a natural, joyful decision we make together, not something you force upon us.
But we're both women, Shayna. What's there to be embarrassed about? We can talk openly and honestly about these things.
It's not about whether I'm embarrassed or not, Melissa. It's about respecting our privacy and our decision as a couple. This is a conversation between Harold and me, and frankly, it doesn't involve you.
I knew I never should have let Harold marry you in the first place, especially now that Harold's father passed away before me. He's the only family I have. Why did he have to be the one driving the car today instead of you? This is all your fault.
Mom, from now on, you can count me out as part of your family. It's just, you've crossed the line so far in the sand that there's no coming back from this.
What? Who am I speaking to? Harold, is that you? You can't be serious.
It's me, Mom, Harold. My cell phone got destroyed in the crash, so I'm borrowing Shayna's for now.
Have you been looking at these messages the whole time? Anyway, I'm so glad you're all right. Which hospital are you at? I want to come visit.
Don't bother. I don't want you to come visit me.
Harold, you have to understand. I didn't mean for things to go this way. Please believe me.
Do you hear what you're saying? In what world do you not mean for things to end in an accident when you tamper with the brakes?
That's not what I meant. I never meant for you to get hurt.
Of course. I'm sure that if Shayna had been the one driving, you wouldn't be saying that, right? I can't believe how much I've had to repeat myself with you. I've already told you hundreds of times to leave Shayna alone. And yet, here I am, having to tell you again. I have no interest in maintaining a relationship with someone who would try to kill my wife. Even if it's my own mother.
Please don't say that. I only did it for you, Harold. I was only trying to do what was best for you.
Would you shut up? You know you did it for your own benefit, not mine. Don't use me as an excuse to not take responsibility for what you've done.
But Harold, I know there's someone better for you out there.
I chose Shayna for a reason. I love her, and I'm not interested in any of the other options. They're right out there. You're lucky it was me in the accident and not Shayna. Because if it had been the other way around, I would have made sure you regretted what you'd done. I never want to see you again.
Harold, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I promise I'll be on my best behavior from now on. I'll mind my own business and leave you two to enjoy your marriage. I won't bother either of you anymore.
You'll be on your best behavior? How many times have I already heard you say that? And how many times have you not followed up on that promise? In fact, you've only gotten worse every time you've said that.
No, this time will be different. I really will stick to my promise this time.
There's no way I can believe what you say anymore. Especially considering you're now a criminal.
Don't say that.
I think Shayna's already mentioned it, but we filed a police report. I'm so disgusted by what you've done. How embarrassing to have someone who would do something like this in the family. And my own mother on top of it all.
But I'm just an old woman. I don't have many years ahead of me. You're going to let me live out the rest of my life in prison?
No! You're the one who did this to yourself, not me. Take responsibility for your actions and the consequences that come with them.
Harold, no. We're family, remember? Please don't do this to me.
Shayna is the only family I have left anymore. You're a stranger to me as far as I'm concerned. And definitely not my mom.
Harold, please stop this. I'm sorry for everything, okay? Please forgive me. Are you still there? Answer me.
Hi, Melissa. Harold's talking to the doctor right now, so he can't answer you.
Is this Shayna again? That's fine. You'll do. Please tell Harold to forgive me. If you forgive me too, it'll be so much easier to convince Harold to as well. I promise to respect your opinions from now on.
No thanks. I'm good. I'll be keeping my opinions to myself and Harold from now on.
Don't say that. Wait. I know you're not the kind of person that just abandons her own family. So let's agree that it's water under the bridge and start over with each other, okay?
Nope. I'm not worth your time anyway, remember? I can't even do the housework right. I'm lazy and unrefined, like you said.
That's not true. What do I know? You do more than I could ever do. Don't listen to me.
You know, I was always taught that it's always wrong to hurt others. But you clearly missed that lesson in life. I hope next time, behind bars, think about what you've done. It'll do you good to learn some manners. Soon after, Melissa was arrested. Considering Harold was never in any life-threatening danger, her plan didn't work out the way she'd intended. And very lucky for us, because if it had, one of us could have died. Unfortunately for Melissa, she didn't have the foresight to imagine what the consequences of her actions would be. So she wound up in jail. She wasn't sentenced to a very long prison term, but in that time, we were able to move to a new house. We're not planning on maintaining any kind of relationship with her when she gets out. The rest of our family seems to be on the same page with us, so she's probably going to be very lonely when she gets out. We never thought the way she treated me would go as far as trying to kill me. Harold and I are happy that we can finally have the peaceful marriage that we'd wanted all along. I'm really lucky to have such a supportive husband, and I hope I can give him even a fraction of the same love he's shown me throughout this experience.